I'm always worried somebody's going to clone me. Women with lesser men want better children. I'm a little off today.
So what gave you the idea for this?
I don't know. Just fucking sitting in there. We needed to do something, and I wasn't sure what to do. So.
But have you thought of this before?
Yeah, I made one of these forever ago. A 308 rig. It's chocolate chip. Every now and then, guys see it and they're like, "Can I buy that? Can I buy that?" And it's a big rig. 8 308 mags. That's what Jeremy was just saying. He's like, "Man, that's such a heavy rig." Jeremy has the original rig that I made for Mick Strider when he first got home. I made him a custom rig up when we first shared a shop together. And I hadn't seen Mick in, man, a long, long time. And Jeremy was at a show with Mick and came home with that thing. And then Mick sent me some knives for my birthday, not long after I moved here to Tennessee. So what we're building is a split front chest rig, but with stacked mag micro rig pouches on it. So it won't have the dedicated compact tear off. It'll have 4 mags on each panel that are stacked, and then it'll have 2 columns of pals to the side. So you'll still have the real estate for the med pouch if you want it, or you can, put whatever you want on there. And these panels, I'll build them with a 1-inch hem. So that's the first thing. Just process of elimination. We'll take the pieces that we're sure what they are. And inevitably somewhere in here, I'll have something some way that I don't want it, but it takes me building it to figure it out. The sequence will still build. Whoever gets this rig will have no idea. It'll just be whether we hem this first and then this, or we hem this and then this. There's always some reason with thickness and everything with the sequencing, but the outcome will still be pretty badass. So I know these are the panels because I wrote panel on them. So we'll start with these. There'll be a lot of duplication in here and doing the same thing because there's 2 panels, but you'll get the idea. A lot of times in the effort to make it thinner and lighter, we'll use less material, but when you use less material, you can do that with a one-man shop, but when you've got 20 people out there on the floor and you want 20 people to make a 1-inch hem, that doesn't always work. So sometimes the finished product is better just having a little bit extra material. And when you're a one-man shop and you're buying material, by the yard instead of by the roll, all that money, it adds up. I know you want to save every inch of material. I completely understand. I still do it myself. However, when you're really honest with yourself and you account for labor versus material, labor almost always costs more than material. So I think the way we want to do this is the sides first. And we might get 20, 30 minutes into this and be like, oh, now I know why we don't do the sides first. Because I kind of have in my head that the sides is the way it goes, but I think that for some reason I don't do the sides first. My math is off here too. Am I 2 inches? I'm 2 there, but why am I not? This is that fucking ruler that's got that missing hash mark on it.
Just a little cattywampus.
A little bit. It's like that time you walk out on the front porch, you get attacked by the rabid mountain lion. And you walk just a little bit off for the rest of your life. Most people don't have to deal with rabid animals nowadays. Somewhere, there's some old guy walking with a little bit of a limp. Something has happened. I think we are out of thread. Nope, we just ran off. By we, I mean you.
Me.
You, not me.
Yeah.
It's because I didn't go get the proper light. You're gonna have a lot of up closes of my hand wiping in front of that camera.
I like it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Will it replace all the big cameras?
For some stuff like this, it could.
Can I just have all of your other cameras
Yeah.
for free? Is that what you're gonna show up on set with?
Oh, yeah.
How are you gonna break it to all the guys that run all the cradles and tracks and shit that they're no longer employed?
It's just life. Man. Gotta get the times.
Nobody will ever buy elevators when you can take perfectly good stairs.
That's how we mix them together for an escalator.
I don't think anybody would want a personal computer.
We always want to go to the library.
I don't think I ever used a computer in a public setting.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
The only place that had them were libraries when I was a kid, so they do like school papers and stuff. I would just go there and look up, do stuff like that.
And in the theme of not cutting thread and pulling it out and sewing right into the next piece, like I tell you guys all the time, that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just gonna sew straight from that piece into this piece. Although I should have sewn this one down, but we can still do it. I bet you're getting a lot of that hand and arm in there, aren't you?
That's good.
Should I do my knuckles or should I do the digits of the fingers? And what's the first digit? Is this the first digit or is this the first digit?
I can't tell you that.
Okay. Should I do the knuckles or should I do this part of the finger?
That part.
This part because it's bigger?
Yeah. And it's just easier to keep. Like the
Gets
tattoo
less
just
damage.
stays longer. Are you getting those tattooed?
Yeah.
Okay.
For my first tattoo ever.
Oh, your first tattoo?
Yeah.
You've got many tattoos.
Many tattoos. Many refer to me as the painted man. I remember when Jaeger had no tattoos and he used to make that joke. And then he got a lot of tattoos.
What made him get tattoos? Was he already here?
Yeah, he was already here. He was back. His friend Chris Pavlicek, who was on his team in Iraq, was a tattoo artist. I believe he owns Dancing Dragon Tattoo in Clarksville. And he did, I think he did all of James's work. I might be off on that, but I know he did a lot of it. Like James has a big, huge, several pieces. I believe there was a whole like fucking samurai back piece. And then he had all the belt-fed ammunition around his arm and shit. But I remember when James was like, fuck no, I don't drink. I think it was coffee. Fuck no, I don't drink coffee. Fuck no, I don't have tattoos. Like, it changed. Like Scully. I don't have no damn tattoos.
Now he's wanting a tattoo.
Yeah, he's gonna be he's gonna be on the cover of Tattoo Magazine pretty soon or something. I used to tell James, let's get Dude and Sweet. He's like, all right, but you got to get Sweet. I'm like, I'll do it. Let's get it. We should have. We never did.
Brandon was around back then. What a picture.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish Brandon could have known James. It would change his life. Especially with all the gun stuff and everything, you know. I wish everybody could have known James. These are the bottom cradles for the mags. So we'll go ahead and... We're basically just building 2-inch webbing right here is what we're doing. And there are some products that I build like this where we don't even have to worry about the raw edges. You can conceal it with edge tape. You could put a piece of webbing over it. You can do a lot of shit, but the Cordura, especially all the modern shit, Cordura is fucking super durable. There were companies early on that didn't use any webbing. They made all of their webbing basically out of Cordura before there was any laminates or anything. Out of thread finder, yeah.
Do you think it's stronger to use?
Stronger? No, I don't think it's stronger. I just don't think it's just not necessary to use webbing in a lot of places. And for color match stuff, especially when you're using camos and stuff, like this woodland, there's not a printed webbing that fucking matches it, right?
Even if it does, like pattern-wise, it's color-wise different. Or...
Yeah, and for durability, like we definitely want to put product out that we're not going to ever have to warranty. But for our own shit, like if Jeff's like, hey, we're going in fucking a week, it's on, right? Build some shit. I would build our shit like this. I would build it to be lighter, and it's fully going to function. It's going to last years. It might fray and rough up on the edges, but I mean, people pay a lot of money to distress and fucking, you know, make shit look blended in and camouflaged. Like, it's not that the pocket or the pouch is gonna fail if you did it out of raw edges. It just looks ratty, you know, when it fucking frays out. Some youngster hearing that right now will start some new fad in 5 years. Yeah. We'll be like, I heard Willis say this, so I thought I'd try it. We get all of our gear issued to look used.
Let's say you're at, like, you know, Fort Campbell or something. Say, like, you're there training, doing stuff before you're going and everything like that. When they issue, like, boots or anything like that, do you just keep them?
Yeah.
You just get
it depends where you're at, right? I don't know how it works nowadays, but they were doing something called career issue. So when you checked in, like, I only know from dudes like at SEAL teams and stuff. I don't know a bunch of other dudes how it really works, but they get career issues, so they get issued like 3 pairs of boots, 3 pairs of BDUs, and all this other shit. They get just an immense, huge amount of shit. But that's the shit that they're supposed to have, right? And then as they would destroy it or whatever, they could trade the used or wore out shit back in. But a lot of those dudes, like in the early days when we were really building a lot of shit for those guys, the platoons would get issued this amount of money. And the platoon was just looking for shit to spend it on. Like, they could go to REI, which, you know what an REI is? So we had like 3 of those in San Diego. So they'd go in and buy Leatherman tools, and they'd buy Blue Water assault harnesses, and they'd buy Blue Water ropes, and they'd buy Danner Acadia boots, every platoon. And you had dudes that just had like fucking 10 pairs of boots. And especially if you're like 10 and a half, that's the most common size. So none of the gun stuff, but all of the like field type shit. And it was always, for the most part, it was like civilian shit. And then the military was you fast forward like 10 years, they'd get issued stuff. And then they're like, well, we don't want to have to conform to this. We want to have the best. So they started being able to kind of source out and reach out to civilian market type stuff. And whereas they didn't have to go like use their AMPAC card allowance, or it's basically a military credit card. And each guy had $2,500 or whatever to spend at REI or wherever they were able to take it. It got to where they could just go, well, we want a mountaineering backpack, but we want the best, right? So they would reach out to other markets and stuff that really weren't like military geared, and then adapt that, and then, hey, can you build it in these colors and stuff? That's where it would start to happen. Or a lot of those guys would come in and they're like, hey, I want this thing that doesn't exist and I want it custom, and they describe it, and I'm like this one hanging on the wall right here. Like, they were notorious for that, especially the SEALs. They all wanted to have something different than the other dude. And then when the next platoon would see it or whatever, they're like, where'd you get that? He's like, oh, I had it cut. This is custom. You can't get this.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, like, they're all standing in the garage where I built the shit, you know? So
I was like on Facebook Marketplace looking for boots.
Mm-hmm.
I collect like any military boots.
Yeah.
12 or 12 and a half. I just buy them. And I always want the Nike ones because they're like shoes.
So I had the Nike, like the GSG 9 Nikes, the high tops.
SB.
I probably have a brand new pair sitting here in a box somewhere.
So I've got 2 pair, but they're not the specific one that I wanted. They lace all the way up. They don't have like hooks or anything.
Yeah, the top 2 hooks.
And so I found a guy last night, and he was wanting $50 for them, and he looked like he served. He was like, he's younger, and
the Nikes were a very specific thing. Like that was in like the late 90s, and it was more for like VBSS, visit board search seizure stuff.
Yeah.
They were using like Chuck Taylors and stuff like that, but they did have that boot, but the boot was a fucking horrible boot. It's like real thin
it was like
vinyl, and it has like foam inside, like open cell padded foam. It was a terrible boot. It had no ankle support or anything.
Yeah, that's what I wanted it for. So it's like thinner. It's almost like a shoe, but a boot.
Like a ninja shoe.
Yeah, and so I messaged him, and he only had $50 on it, and I was like, these are $300.
Most of them are dry rotted by now.
But they're like perfect looking.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, he's like,
You got them?
He's like, I can ship them to you because he's in Georgia, and I was like, on Marketplace. He's like, yeah, I'll ship them to you, man.
That's cool. That's cool. All right, we're gonna need a little bit of edge tape on this. Let's go ahead and zip these together. These are the front mag pouches. We could build this, except I already forgot to. By making this 1 inch longer, we could just do it like this. But I'm just gonna edge tape it. And the reason I put the edge tape at the bottom is so it's super clean on the top, so you can put AK mags in here without tearing the edge tape up. These are the front single mags on the front of the other mag is what I'm building here. Ooh, did you see that? Just cut that thread? What the fuck just happened? I can't find the hole. Is it in yet? Man, we had a lot of videos go up recently that I didn't even know were up.
Yeah.
When I got in bed last night and I was messaging with you, I was listening to me and Amanda on the podcast.
Well, yeah, I was like, I had a bunch of them, like stored.
And then the video game one, I didn't realize that had never gone up.
Yeah. I just had a bunch of them like stored up that I didn't know like when to release these because I don't know what you're building. I'm like,
and then I'm terrible about embedding them in the website. I need to embed that on the micro, on the Subgun Micro, and we need to make it searchable. So when they search Subgun rig or Subgun or anything like that, that video comes up on YouTube.
yeah.
I've been fucking horrible about that shit. Okay, we know what those are. I don't know what any of this shit here is, though. All right, let me go get some edge tape real quick.
What was it like tasting soda for the first time in years?
I don't need to drink any more soda. It's been about 12 years probably, at least.
The last time I saw you even try to drink a soda, it was me, you, and Jeff. We went somewhere out of town. The Chick-fil-A challenge, I think, forever ago, like 5-6 years ago.
And I got a soda there?
You tried. You got like a Sprite, you tasted it, and you're like, this is terrible. Unless you put it down.
I woke up a couple mornings ago. I like burped and kind of had like acid reflux, or what I think is. I don't ever have acid reflux. I don't know what that is. But my throat kind of burned. So I drank some water, which I have water on my nightstand every night. And then I got up at 4:30 and my stomach just hurt. And I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this morning. So I went back to bed, got up at 6. And when I got up, I threw up a little bit. Like I felt like I had to throw up, but nothing came up. And then I got a little bit to come up. So I laid back down and I'm like, Amanda, get me up at 8 o'clock. So she woke me up at 8 o'clock. I'm like, man, I feel way worse. Brandle's on his way here already. I go message Brandle, tell him, hey, we're still good to go. Just show up, we'll get it done. And then Jeff showed up. So I actually stayed in bed all day. And at about noon probably, I got up and actually threw up a lot, like filled up half of a fucking trash can full of, I couldn't identify what it was. It was just liquid by that point. And just felt terrible. So got up about 4 o'clock, came downstairs. And she had gotten, I don't know, she had 3 things from lunch for me. So I tried something, I don't remember what it was. And then one of the kids ran over and Brandle had something like a Sprite. What's that thing you had?
Sprite. Mine was a Starry.
Starry. So I'm like, somebody go get me a Sprite at the gas station. Maybe that'll make me feel better. So I drank a Sprite. That was the first soda I've had in decade. And I don't need to have another one for another 10 years.
Another decade. I know when I'm sick, for some reason, I drink orange juice like crazy.
I couldn't imagine drinking citrus when I'm sick.
I don't know why. I just like, it's like the only thing I feel like I can sip on, like barely, and stay down.
Yeah, I would mix that with like a raw egg, maybe some warm milk. That sounds fucking delightful. Yeah, I don't.
Mix Sprite with orange juice.
This really fucks me up, man. This magnet, yeah, it always grabs a razor blade or something.
Putting it on the machine, like every time you get a.
It's gonna cut the shit out of me. I've got this thread here, and this. It's gonna be a problem. I didn't pull it out of there. I got it. I cut it. At least we'll address it when I pull it, I guess. All right. Getting a little bit of puckering in these. I don't think it's going to matter. I'm going to make a small hem here. Which, keep in mind, this is 2 layers, and now I'm hemming it, so that's 4 layers. So when we sew it onto something, it's going to be going through 6 layers. Depending on the machine you guys are running and your skill, that might get a little more difficult for you. Nowadays, I just try to build stuff. We used to sew through 16 layers of material. Nowadays, I try to build stuff to where at least where I'm sewing it together, it's not as many layers. I might layer the middle where mags touch and stuff for abrasion resistance, but it doesn't need to come all the way over the sides and shit like I used to do it.
You ever feel like you would over
Oh, everything
go
was.
crazy
Protecting
every piece?
Yeah, everything was, even where it didn't touch.
But again, that's why even people that, like if you go on stupid like Reddit or something, and you know, or whatever it is, looking up SOE gear, it's like even the people that are like, oh, I don't like some bullshit thing with this thing, they still at the end of it say, but he makes bomb-proof gear.
Yeah, the only shit you'll see on Reddit where people are mad at me about something, I've hurt their feelings for the most part.
Mostly.
Yeah. Motherfuckers with opinions who have done nothing. Watched and read a bunch of other Reddit. That's where their girlfriends are.
It's crazy because I'll look up like medical, like other people like talking about their like neck and stuff. And
You find me on there?
it'll suggest like your stuff, you know. It'll suggest like, hey, I just bought a belt from SOE, and I'm like, I've never searched at all for this on here.
It probably has some kind of algorithm because
Yeah, anything that's
because
connected.
Isaac's on there, and then
What's
I've been
funny
on
is
there.
Somebody was talking some kind of shit about like you, and then they started like praising the belt. They're like, yeah, but I still wear his belt from, you know,
Yeah,
10 years ago that he made me. It's bomb proof. And
I see guys with businesses, same thing, where they'll talk, yeah, fuck John Willis, but his gear is good and stuff. And like, I'll go to buy something and realize that dude owns the company, and I'll just won't buy it.
Well, what's funny is I was on there like looking at that, and next thing you know, I see this thing that says, well, I work on the table for John, and
Somebody told me that.
blah, blah, blah. He was like standing up for it. It was fucking Isaac.
Yeah. I never could find that thread. I heard,
He's a little
I heard
Reddit
that-
king.
yeah, somebody told me he was on there.
Oh, now you're using the small numbers.
Well,
Can't
centimeters
find
divide.
center. Yeah.
Centimeters divide better. All right, where are we? This is the front. So, first thing has to happen is we have to get rid of some of this Velcro by putting it on the front. This Velcro is not not as long as I want it to be. Okay, these are going to go on the outside. That makes sense.
When was the Clarksville tornado?
Clarksville tornado.
Was that a few years?
Yeah, I think so.
A couple years ago?
Yeah, I think so. Why?
I just kind of think, I was like, man, we haven't had a good tornado in a while.
Yeah, let's not have one.
So yeah, I don't want. Totally weird that it's a couple of years, you know.
10 out of 10, do not recommend.
What was something you guys feared in California? Some earthquakes?
Not really. I mean, we went through some. They didn't like wreck us, but they fucking definitely wrecked parts of California, north of us. Northridge, Loma Prieta. There was another one too. Still fucking can't see that line. This Velcro inside here is just for Velcro dot retention. So you can use an adhesive dot on the mag and it'll lock into this. If you put a dot on both sides of the mags, it's actually too much retention. It's very, very difficult to rip it out. And we put it on both sides of the mag slot, so either way you index that mag, it'll lock into place. I had talked about just not doing them anymore, and dudes are like, man, I really like those. That's why I use those mags. So we continue to do it. This will also have bungee retention.
Kind of wear-proof it after a while, even if it was to stretch out. At least you have that option to.
What's that?
For that Velcro, like to put on the mag.
No, actually, it's the weakest point of the entire build. Is probably the Velcro inside there. It's definitely the part that will wear out the most. But we haven't ever seen one, fail. I mean, I suppose a dude who uses nothing but that rig for his entire career for multiple deployments. Eventually he might, but even if he got this to cut or slice, all that's happening is the mag's going in and out of there. It wouldn't be an issue. No, I don't think so. And a dude that wore that shit out that much, he's not gonna want that rig warranted.
Yeah.
He's got lucky blood on there or something. All right, there's those. Let's go ahead and figure out, are these squares? Are those squares? Or are they off by a quarter for some reason? We'll just go with the pattern. I think that's probably the correct way. That gets edge tape too, so. Same height, yeah. I have to build these and kind of look at them because I'm going to have the pals come across the faces and then wrap into the inside where the rig clips. So I got to see. The one's going to be left and one's going to be a right. They're going to be mirrored images of each other, but I kind of have to just cut that thread again. That's weird, especially sewing right here. It shouldn't be.
That's the same one that Isaac, that it happened to him on.
I could see it happening to Isaac though.
But not you.
If it happened to Isaac, it's definitely something Isaac did.
Yeah.
If it's happening to me, he's going for his first flight this weekend. I thought about, when you got here, I thought about being like, hey, we're going flying, so that I could beat him to it.
Oh man.
Just so we'd be up right before he was.
Yeah.
And not tell him. Like, don't tell him we took our exploratory flight. Don't tell him that I'm fucking taking flight lessons, and let him just kind of eke by. And then once he finally gets his license, be like, I beat you, motherfucker.
You take him up. He shows up to go get his license.
Oh, and I'm the dude taking him up? I'd find a dude who could have his plane go upside down. He'd shit.
My friend has a flight simulator, and it's like in his living room, and it's basically like one of those race cars that you can sit in, but it's for planes.
Yeah.
He loves doing. He has a YouTube channel where he just flies around flight simulator.
Really?
Yeah, he loves it. Man.
Can he fly? Is he a pilot?
No,
He's just a flight simulator guy.
Dad, has a plane.
Okay.
And he just like grew up loving it, and he wants to be a pilot at some point.
But he's never flown.
No, he
Okay.
just keeps on flight simulator.
I wonder how it would translate into the real airplane.
Apparently, identical. Like, as far as everything, he's on like radio controls. He's doing it.
I
all.
guess depending on the flight simulator, huh?
Yeah, and it's a crazy one. Like it's a legit training one.
I know some of those video games are supposed to be like as close as you can get to fighter jet kind of stuff. I mean, it's probably not pulling the G's and stuff, at least not in your living room ones.
Like the big films for Post Malone. And I know.
Oh, okay.
He's all into like that's all he wants
Nice.
to do, be a pilot.
Just saw a picture of Post Malone, and who's that other dude he just did all those songs with? The country songs. I had some help. I didn't get here by myself. That song. It's like one of his #1 songs right now or recently. Anyways, I saw a picture of them too somewhere, and those motherfuckers look homeless. I don't quite have this edge tape on perfectly even. That's why I'm running that extra.
Third line.
Yeah. Because if it's on the inside, I want it tacked down. If it's on the outside, I don't want it catching on anything.
Does that just take away that lip?
Yep, that's exactly. And we're not really worried about it. The edge tape's not there for durability. It's there to hide that raw edge. But if the edge tape catches and frays, you know, it'll look shitty. Plus, this will be a pretty cool rig, whoever gets this thing. There's only one of them.
And you want to do it? You want to give it away?
Yeah, we'll give it away somewhere, somehow. Or maybe give the winner option on one of the next contests or something. All right, I know that both of these edges get hemmed, so let's do that to start with. And from there, they get divided in half, so this will give us a center mark to start with at least. And then we can sew that Velcro on and get rid of those pieces.
Crazy I'm able to sneeze again though.
Oh yeah, I'll bet, man. I'll bet that would have fucking almost ended you.
Yeah, it did. Like a couple weeks ago, I sneezed and I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah, the fucking just normal things that we take for granted.
Yawning or burping, hiccuping, anything like that. Sneezing was the worst. Do you ever surprise yourself at how these turn out almost identical every time when you pull them?
No,
Or is it just like a certain way every time you know where to pinch it and pull it?
no, I'm pretty much the best at exercising.
Listen, I never questioned that. I was just saying, does it surprise you how good you are?
No, I pretty much am the best. People get so mad when I say that
Yeah,
too.
love it.
People are like, "Oh, he's such an asshole," and then other people are like, "He is the best." And the guys that are mad about it, they just can't. They won't admit that I'm the best, or they just aren't aware that I'm the best. But I mean, either way, I'm the best. I mean. Did you ever see Kenny Powers?
Right, I did.
James is like, they base that off my life. I'm like, shut the fuck up. He used to say that all the time, man. He's like, come here, you got to see this. You ever seen this? And I had never seen it. First exposure I had to Kenny Powers was in the team room.
Yeah, and I'd never seen him. I made her watch. He's pounding down. Like,
Yeah, there's so many I've missed. I need to go back and watch it.
the steroids episode. I love it.
That's where I ain't trying to be the best at exercise. That's where that came from. All right. Outside, inside, we know that this gets this. This is the inside, so I need 4 of these. Let's find the quarters on this. Ooh, we're really rolling today. We got 2 rulers here. Both the good ones. When are you going to retire? When I lose these rulers. Might as well run it all the way down. This ruler is probably about a 16th off just from being so worn all over time. Crayola pencils, boys. Don't buy that rose art bullshit. Crayola. There's nothing else. I like having that table to the side there.
Yeah. We didn't do that before.
I don't know why I made these so big. Just need enough to get 2 pieces of bungee cord through. Ooh, I don't need to tack that in there yet. I need to travel up here. The reason I'm not sewing all the way across there is because it'll pucker this up. Every line of stitching you put in there will pucker it a little more, and I don't want it pulled up any more than it has to be. That's why I didn't travel across there with that thread.
Does it just tighten up that line?
It does, yeah, it'll shrink it up. If you sewed it, especially putting the edge tape on there, it's already puckered up, probably close to a 1/4 inch. Let's see. This is just 2 layers of Cordura here, nice and clean, 7 1/4. This one here, where we've got the edge tape, 7, exactly like I said, a 1/4 inch different.
Say, we should do an experiment on telling Cordura and just sew lines back and forth. And
Oh, it'll shrink it up. Every time you put a line of stitching in, it'll shrink it up. It'll also stiffen it up. All right, there's that. 1, 2, 3, 4, there we go. Ooh, I put these on the wrong edge. I actually want that top edge to be clean, so these need to go on the top. Glad I didn't do all those or put the Velcro on yet. Could have sworn this was a new razor blade. I also swear that these razor blades you buy in boxes of 50s or 100, when you take them out of the package, they have oil on them. As soon as you use them and the oil comes off of them, they like just dull in the air. I don't know if that's real, but it sure fucking seems like it.
Yeah.
You could take it right out of there, leave it on your sewing machine over the weekend, come back, and it'll be dull. That, or there's a little gnome that runs around and fucking unsharpens all your razor blades. Which do you think's more likely? I think the gnome.
Yeah, I was going to say more likely a leprechaun.
The troll.
Something.
Not like a hot. How come there was never like a hot leprechaun? I guess that would be like a harpy or a sea bird, a mermaid, a sea bird, a sea fish with titties.
Heather was amazed the other day because she was on some like video thing on TikTok where these people actually believe mermaids were real. She was freaking out. Did people actually believe this? I was like, it's the internet. People believe everything.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of lore that says mermaids actually were
But
real.
it'll be like a guy on a crab boat now, like with a AI generated mermaid sitting on it. She's like, people think this is real.
There's a movie where an old fisherman's on a boat. The mermaid comes ashore, and she's gonna we think she's gonna jump up and eat him or whatever, and he fucking puts a pike in her head. I don't know what movie that was. DJI social media looks much better.
They're just, it's like buying an iPhone. It's like,
Yeah.
so I mean,
Yeah, I still hate it.
yeah, it sucks. But
I like DJI. I hate fucking iPhone.
well, the only thing I don't like about DJI is I don't want to connect anything to my phone. But like with this, you have to.
Yep.
So you update it.
Yep.
like
That's
you do
why
everything.
That's why I stopped. Same thing with the fucking new GoPro, man. The last GoPro I bought, I had to fucking turn it on with the phone.
Yeah, and that's like most gimbals from DJI. You have to use your phone with it as an accessory and stuff. But Moza, you don't. It's just turn on and you control it from there. But I think DJI kind of got the hint, and their newest ones, you don't have to.
Yeah, apparently they're taking off all their geofencing and shit on their drones too. Which it's never stopped me from anything. Like we couldn't take off once at a graveyard we were flying because Obama was in town somewhere. I don't even know how close he was.
But you just like put it on lockdown.
Fuck, that motherfucker wasn't doing nothing. It took off about this high.
And then-
it wouldn't do shit. You could fly across the ground at about that high, and I mean I couldn't go very far because there was a wall where we were. So I don't know, but it wasn't taking off above 3 feet.
That's insane.
Yeah. Which makes you really wonder how they can't, stop drones and shit. I think they can. It's just like Scully said, whatever else they're gonna fry doing it,
That's always people are like, yeah, man, I've hacked my drone. Nobody can take it down. Like, believe me, if they want your drone,
Oh yeah, they can. Yeah.
your
It's
drone's
just
down.
yeah. Your local law enforcement might not be able to, but
Somebody with a satellite somewhere can just put
Yeah.
your drone down in 1 second.
yeah.
People are always talking about like, oh man, do you see this new technology? I'm like, if you see it, they want you to see it.
If you see it, they're fucking so far beyond that.
They're 100.
Dude, in the beginning of the Gulf War, they were flying A6 intruders, flying them down, and it would fry everything. It would kill all electronics within, I don't know how wide the radius was. I don't know if it was like 100 yards or half a mile or what. Simultaneously, some SF dudes were in Humvees and they'd hit an IED, and they were calling, it had folded up and broke a dude's legs back up, like into so his ankles are like up here. And he's like, tourniquet me. And the dude who was telling me the story, who was there, he had said, you're not bleeding. You don't need a tourniquet. Everything's pinched off right now. But they couldn't call because the A6s had come over to jam some area that they were operating in, and it fried all their equipment, even though their equipment was supposed to be hardened. It fucking destroyed the SF team's comms. It fucking fried everything. And that was, dude, I'll bet, well, that was that Iraq or Afghanistan? It was Iraq. So that was early on, like 2000s, early 2000s. So if we could fry shit back then, we didn't even really have, the drones we had back then looked like fucking airplanes and shit,
Yeah, I remember seeing like first drone technology. It looked just like a mini Cessna flying through the air. I was like, that's not a drone.
The first drone I saw was in Mom's garage. It was a SEAL team guys had it there, and it was like it's probably about this big. It looked like one of those foam model airplanes.
That's what I was saying. It's like white and it looked just like
Yeah, and they would like, if I remember right, they'd be moving into the wind on the boat, and they would just kind of throw it, and it would fucking take off like upwards, if I remember right. and just it had a camera. Like it, I don't know that it even recorded back then. It was just kind of like for eyes on stuff.
Yeah.
But then a few years later, I remember guys telling me like they had some drones a few years forward that were like little dragonflies that could just fly around. They literally looked like bugs and shit, and they could fly around and nobody would even look at it and think it was a drone.
I was just thinking the other day, I was like, imagine if the
And that's normal SEAL teams, right? That's like the normal, you know, everyday SEAL team guys.
imagine if the Trade Center.
The fuck do you want?
There is I think a whole roll of that OD Type 13 over here, tucked under some stuff. Can I use that on these multi-cam black tool bags?
It's scuba webbing.
No, it's not. It's Type 13.
Bring it to me.
Now, but imagine if the Trade Centers happened now. There'd be like 15 drone shots of it from like kids that are just flying around.
Well, there were. There were.
fucking, like-
How many of you ever, how many fucking angles, what'd they say? There was 163 individual angles on the Pentagon.
Yeah.
They showed you one, and they confiscated everything else. That was 163 just on the property, right?
I just know the best Trade Center footage was those kids partying, and then you just see
Yeah.
out the window, and they're like freaking out.
Yeah. Here I am about to sew it on the wrong side. Did I sew that one on the wrong side? Nope. Oh, you're right. It's the first time you've ever heard that, isn't it?
That'd be the first time he's ever said you're right.
It's the first time anybody's ever, come on, first time anyone's ever. When's the last time somebody told you you were right? That's right, exactly, see?
I was right about that chick.
What chick?
That chick in there, my employee.
You mean your coworker?
My employee?
You mean your supervisor?
Oh, yeah, it's something like that.
Is he calling her like his subordinate?
Yes, that's what he's insinuating. Is she better than you?
No.
How long have you been here? 6
Almost a
months?
year?
6 months.
No.
Come on, six months, 4.5 months.
I think it's a year.
Okay, a year. In your year, where is she currently on your timeline of a year?
She's definitely farther than I was.
That's not what I asked you.
She's,
What are we? Is she at 90 days? She at 100? She's
would
at
say
6 months?
I would say she's at a little under 90 days, maybe 2 months.
And she's moving exponentially quicker.
She is. She's
Yeah.
She's starting.
Yeah,
she's
she'll be your
moving
boss in a couple weeks.
fast. All right.
Okay, yeah, use that. Yeah. Wait, what are we using it on?
Multi-cam black tool bags.
Yeah, that'll look badass. What color Velcro are you putting on it?
I put black in it.
That'll be fine.
Okay. I can switch to the outside.
Nah, it'll be good.
Okay.
I've spoken. Let it be so. That kid better worry when I stop fucking with him.
Is that just for bungee retention and stuff?
Yeah, it's for the two pieces. This will be the center. So one mag will basically go behind here and one mag will go on front here. And this bungee will run this way and this bungee will run this way if they choose to run bungees. True baller won't run bungees. Those little Reddit fags, they'll run bungees. Super faggy. You'd be like, if you guys suck each other's dicks, your draw times will be quicker. They'd be out sucking dicks like a motherfucker. They'll be sucking it up. All right, I need a couple more pieces. I thought I had all the, I need some more Velcros. How do you know that's even working?
What do you mean?
Well, it's like a pencil. How do you know that it, like,
It's working perfectly.
I saw a dude, I don't know if I sent it to you, I sent it to Brandon. And the dude's like sketching on this big ass fucking piece of sketch paper.
Yeah.
Clearly he's like a tattoo artist or something. They're like, And somebody had asked him, why do you sketch on that paper when you have that iPad? He's like, because I'm a badass fuck, because I can actually fucking draw.
Yeah. It's crazy, like how good some people are
Yeah.
doing like iPad stuff.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to like the technician part of tattooing, they're just terrible.
That's what Brandon said. He's like, yeah, I can draw. And it actually was it took me a while to learn the iPad.
Yeah.
Whereas, because that's one of the things I think I asked him in the first podcast we ever did, was like, just because you can design tattoos on an iPad, does that mean you can draw? Does it necessarily cross both ways? He's like, oh no, not at all.
I think it can help with like point of reference shading and things, like where you start to learn, like, oh, this is where shading works in tattoo work. This is how lighting works. And it's a little easier how to take out the iPad and just go to town really quick than it is to take out paper and everything else. And they do make screens that feel like paper, so when you're dragging the pencil.
Oh yeah, I think I've
feels.
seen Derek had
Yeah.
some cover over the
So I
iPad
know,
at one
like,
time.
Really good tattoo artists that have to have that because it just doesn't feel like paper.
Just the tactile feel. So these ones we're going to put, these are the inner ones, so we're going to go ahead and put lines down them. And the other ones, we don't have to, because when we put the pals on them, it's going to put lines down them. And the reason we're doing that is because mags are going to slide in and out of here. And if we have this at all pillowy, we have more chance of eventually wearing through it. So we'll just tack them down there like that. So there's that. I actually should have put this piece on before I put that line in there. I got a little head there. Anybody on there?
Since we've got 6 people on, but nobody's saying anything. I'll put it on the back page.
Well, we know who's not going to get this.
Right. Come on, guys. Come on in. Give the stream a like. Double tap your screen there.
Do them a hickey.
KYB. I don't know what Pokemon Revive is. So we're building tactical gear here.
We actually have sex with real women.
I was one of those guys that fucking ran off into like a wall and shit doing Pokemon Go. You remember about that?
Yeah.
Running off of piers and shit.
Yeah.
Getting run over by trains and shit.
Some kids that found a dead body or something like that.
They
Like,
found all kinds of stuff.
And they're still virgins.
Hairy virgins.
Hmm?
Hairy virgins.
oof, nothing worse.
Look like they cut their own hair. Alright.
Chuck, good to see you.
Chuck, what's up?
Don is being a mastermind of different rigs and making them one. He's doing some Frankenstein shit.
Some of you guys that have been around a long time, you've seen that 8-mag stacked 308 rig in chocolate chip. I'm building a 5.56 version of that. At some point, we're going to give this away.
Hear that? We're gonna give it away. So double tap your screen and give this the feed a like.
Well, not today, but at some day.
Can we call it the Frankenrig?
The Frankenrig? No. Nah. It's really fucking big. It's a fucking heavy rig, especially in 308. Everybody wants it until they have it. All right, there's the face pieces.
I'd like to see what it weighs full kill.
Well, 8 mags, about a pound a piece. You're right under a pound, so your 8 mags, just 8 pounds just in bullets.
10 pounds. So
And then you got
yeah, not anything else.
med pouch and columns or whatever on the sides. We didn't give them 4 columns, we're only giving them 2 on the sides. But I have to remember how I'm going to, okay, I see how I'm gonna do it. We'll just do 2 of these with these in the center. Are these the same?
Homestead said 15 pounds of rig when it's all loaded out. 15-pound rig.
At 8? No. Who said that?
Chuck. When it's all loaded
Not
out.
for 5.5. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, when it's all loaded out. Yeah, probably so. Yeah, with a real radio and shit on there, or pyro or demo or smoke or something. Snacks? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I was in there shipping and I had like a crazy craving for candy, which is not something that I eat, so it's kind of weird.
So what'd you do? Had pineapple instead?
No, I drank a Red Bull.
Instead of candy? What'd you have for candy? Because I know there was candy in there.
No, I didn't have any candy.
Neither one of these divides in correctly.
Randall's eating all the candy. He ate all the chocolate
Randall did eat all the candy. Motherfucker, you ate.
bars.
No. Listen, I wish Jeff was on there. Because every
Oh,
time
he
Jeff walks
definitely
by
eats.
there,
He
he's got
definitely
like 2 or
eats.
3. And I'm like,
Jeff ate all those? So this chick comes by at the restaurant and she's like, my daughter's selling these candy bars for her softball team or whatever. And the winner gets a gift certificate to the gun shop. And I'm like, how many candy bars are there? I'll buy them all. So
That's how we ended up with a case of candy bars.
I got a case of candy bars and Amanda got a certificate to the gun shop.
Yep. Chris Cunningham said, I have a tan Glock I named Chocolate Milk. Because if somebody tries me, chocolate milk will spoil their day.
Okay. All right.
Warm out.
It is warm out here.
You're warm because you're in a freaking hoodie like a
well,
crackhead.
in the mountains where I come from,
Shut the fuck
it was
up.
40 something degrees, like 41 degrees when I walked outside.
In the Great
My
Ozarks,
car had.
In the great outdoors.
Yeah.
is Tennessee known for its mountain range?
Yeah.
Are we?
The
Appalachians.
Appalachian Mountains.
Those aren't real mountains.
It's the big. It's the
Those are
oldest
mountains for
mountains in the
people.
world.
No, those are mountains for people who haven't been out to
It's
the
oldest
Rocky
mountains
Mountains.
in the world. It's the oldest forest in the world.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Dave, how many grams are in an ounce? So, of course you're going to answer it. 28 grams. I think Dave's is trying to be funny.
Is it break time? Is that what I'm hearing?
Break time for all those normal employees.
Fucking crew's been fucking running like so smooth though. They are killing it. I see there's a new lady out there. I don't even know who she is.
I'm sorry. Don't know.
I like it when people show up to work that aren't on my payroll.
And you don't know them at all. Nobody says a word to them. They just start sewing something.
I like when I walk through here, there's a new person. They have no idea who I am. I like it that way.
Chris Cunningham said, I'm new here and love tactical gear. Wanted to shower some love. Thanks for the super chat, Chris. We appreciate it.
Chris, if you're not aware that there's a whole factory, turn around and show, just behind those doors there is an entire factory. And we build all this stuff here in this building. When you come back where you can hear, I'll continue to talk.
Experimental DNA SLE is my favorite gear store.
Is that the dude's YouTube name, Experimental DNA?
Experimental DNA, yeah.
I used to experiment with DNA a lot.
And now I have more of your DNA than you do.
You do.
I tell your son that sometimes.
I top you off a lot. Filthy bitch.
He likes to give me a dirty look when I tell him. Chase B, you got Cooling Muscle Rub on order? When did you order? Did you just order like within the last day or so? I probably haven't got to it yet.
I still have orders from last night that I have not pulled. That's probably where it is.
You'll definitely love the muscle rub. One pro tip, make sure you wash the hands after you're done because you don't want that in your eyes or your pee hole.
Or your butthole. I asked Horton, I'm like, "You gonna grow peppers this year?" He's like, "Oh man, I grow all these hot peppers and nobody wants to eat them." Yeah, well, I mean, you're killing people. Like, people die.
What else did you order, Chase?
Is that Chase Peoples?
No, please
Chase who?
B.
So, who is the guy that said he's new here? Likes tactical
Chris
gear?
Cunningham.
Chris Cunningham. So, I actually started this company 35 years ago, and this is special operations equipment. If you're not familiar with the channel, we've been doing YouTube videos for about 14 years, I think. We've got about 5,000 videos here, like real videos, like actual videos.
The
Starting to get windy, huh?
It's the ghost. So he said, "Nice place you got. I'll check the company out. Glad I found it." Yeah, we're in the USA, man. We're in Camden, Tennessee.
I do a live video almost every night.
Chase ordered a Woodland clothes bag, toiletry bag, and a single point.
A Woodland toiletry bag.
No, Woodland clothes bag,
Might-
toiletry bag, and a single point sling.
How long ago?
Saturday.
Hmm.
I don't know.
It's probably just waiting on the clothes bag.
White trash, really? What's up? Hamster, what's up? Homestead, I don't think there was a free code on Saturday. I think it was just the
It's probably waiting on the Woodland clothes bag.
fanny pack giveaway or something. Which didn't get anything except entries into the fanny pack giveaway. Tiger Stripe toiletry bag. Yep, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, we have no tiger right now. Shoot me an email. Tell me a couple other colors you want. We can get that out there faster for you for sure. Or unless you just want to wait for the tiger.
He said, I put in the notes to the comments, other options are fine.
Got it. Sometimes those notes don't stick too.
Chocolate milk can always use some new goodies, yeah. Yeah, when I won that gift card, I missed the Tiffany clock by like 2 days. Like the gray one.
I'm about to put these on here wrong. I know I am.
Stop
Yep.
what you're doing.
Yep.
And do them completely correct.
Yeah, this is what we need right here.
I needed to measure something the other day, and I went out on the floor, and the girls weren't here, and like the variety of rulers out there is wild. Like some of them, it has a whole inch before it starts to.
Isn't that a trip? Yeah, rulers start on different places.
Yeah.
Fucking retarded. I think we're gonna do 3 1/4 on this. Hopefully that will work.
It always works.
Sometimes it doesn't work. 3 1/2, 3 3/4. Yeah, big difference.
Chris says he names all of his guns. His mom used to name all of her cars. Hell, I don't even name my cats. I'm just not that creative.
I don't even know her name. Woman?
Got a chemist. Good afternoon.
This is about to be perfect or it's going to not work.
It's either gonna work or it's gonna fuck.
It'll work.
Always on the working side of things.
Yes. Same. Did you get the squeegee?
Oh yeah, you got the switch.
Yeah, it's not very good though. It's like
From Walmart.
It's foam though. It's not like normal windshield wiper blade. Like the ones we had out here were like a giant. It's made of the same material windshield wiper blades.
Vince Vega, what's up?
It's weird. During all of our work, we get a new squeegee every couple of days. And I actually like and prefer those foam ones better than.
Do you?
Yeah, just because as far as water goes, pulling it's not as rigid, so it goes over bumps and stuff better. And it just, they wear out quicker and break easier. But as far as turnover and getting all the water, I like those.
It's not very often that water comes in. It's very rare that. It does seem like the weather has probably maybe changed, but it's very rare that we get water, more than a foot or two.
Yeah.
I really just need to put an awning out on this whole build side. It probably is a chemtrails on this side of the building.
Brandel, Chuck asked how you are feeling.
Today has been the best day in 7 weeks now.
This motherfucker was over there lifting weights a minute ago.
I know, he told me.
Yeah, and I just did some lat pull downs. I haven't been able to even reach my hands above my head. I just did it like 100 times, and it wasn't terrible. I'm assuming that the injection is starting to work and give me that false sense of security, but
Man, I think these are too small.
I'm gonna relax on it. But I feel good though.
Just chill.
Too small, as in too small.
Yeah.
Chris Cunningham, so he is taking these two rigs.
Maybe not.
So this is a split front 308 rig. So you fit 4 mags in there. And then this here is our stacked micro rig. So you got 2 mag pouches here.
It'll be a split front,
So it'll be a split front
8 mag rig,
mag
stacked split front.
5.56.
It'll do 7.62. It'll do AK or 5.56.
Is that an Osmo Pocket 3?
Yes.
Yes, Vince, it is. Chris says he's from Indianapolis, Indiana. Does for me, that's. I think,
Come on out to Tennessee sometime.
yeah, we're open. Somebody just posted in the SA back page that they put that in a cigar case.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
He swears by it. Like he hasn't even shot with one of the real cameras today. He's been using this thing.
Yeah, I love this.
That's what, like, I saw Goodworks bought one of those a
Did he?
while back. I liked it.
I think if you
I think this is what Chuck was asking you about.
going over that.
Well, he's like, what does John film with? And she said GoPro.
Oh,
But what about this? Well, you didn't. You asked what John films with.
yeah. I think
Is that? Can I put that underwater?
no.
No.
No, it's not water, it's a small ball. I think if you know how to manipulate camera settings, if you're good with manual stuff, this can be an insane thing. If you're actually good at working a regular camera, if not, you might as well use your cell phone because you're just going to flip it on in normal auto and it's going to do the same stuff any other GoPro or anything will do. But if you can actually manipulate and manually do everything,
So Vince said it's a badass camera. He just got one. He's the one that posted it. Battle Kenneth said Costco had those a week ago or so for a decent price. I looked at one, like when Goodworks first got those, I looked at one, I think it's Samsung.
We have one of the first. We have one of the original ones.
Yeah.
I never used it, not one time. And then I've got one of the action cams too. I never used that either.
How was that video of all the cops that I sent you? Not bad? That was just literally on the bridge in my truck. I just put the video on and pointed it in that direction.
so is this a retention at the bottom? Like this
It's the
closes it?
yeah, it's the depth. Well, it's the depth limiter.
Gotcha.
I still feel like it's too small.
The cervix. Oh, I think we got it.
No, I got it.
Do you guys have those?
I thought I broke yours. You don't have one.
Yeah, it's kind of. Do you guys have those crash test dummy guys come to your schools and stuff like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I'd like to have one of those.
I remember when they came to our school and would randomly like jump on Velcro walls and stuff. It was like a whole day experience. I was like, what is this?
We had the power team guys that would
Yeah, the
rip,
weightlifters.
yeah.
From church. Yeah. My friend had
break
his
baseball
come out to the
bats
church,
and break chains and shit.
chop ice and everything. I loved it.
Who was the astronaut?
Buzz Aldrin?
Yeah, he came to my school when I was in elementary school.
Did he tell you he went to space?
He lied.
Because he later said he did not.
I know.
Didn't he punch someone?
One of them. I don't know which, if that's
Buzz Aldrin? He punched
Neil
I think so.
Armstrong,
I
Buzz.
think that he's going through dementia or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that dude fucking had it coming one way or another.
Oh, I'm sure.
The swear on the Bible guy. Why won't you swear on the Bible? He finally punched that dude. There's a dead spot in these scissors. All right, worst case, the mag will sit just a little higher in this. Worst case.
Best case is that it's perfect.
Whoever gets this won't know that it's not perfect.
Unless they watch this video.
Even then they won't know. Like there's not another one to compare it to. How long are we into this build? 2 hours?
About.
Is this a custom item someone requested, or is it a one-off prototype for a future product?
It's just a one-off. I have a 308 rig I made in the other build. So over 10 years ago, I have a 308 rig like this. What has happened here? This mark is off. We were sitting around like, we need to video something. What should we make? And I said, I know what we'll make. So this is what we have made. We're going to give this away, actually. Yeah, but what is that steel that is banging around that's supposed to be attached to the building?
That's probably what it is. Probably.
No, it did it. It did it before. We went out and looked. We never could find anything loose.
It's not on my lean-to over there? Or is it?
Yeah, that's what I
It might be the lean-to. But I mean, we went and we looked all around. We never found any loose tin or anything.
Yeah, chocolate chip's pretty obsolete these days. I think you'd be challenged to even find it.
And some guys are I don't know where it's coming from. I've seen some companies with it.
I would imagine you could probably have it printed if we're gonna...
I think that it is the print-on-demand shit, which is usually not great material.
So, the price on it per yard.
Huh?
The price on it per yard is...
Oh, I don't care about the price, but the quality is usually not that.
Justin Souders has it all.
Justin does. I still have a little roll of it. The real stuff. Everything lines up. Looks like it should be. We just need to make sure these are mirrored, so that one needs to go here, so they are opposites.
Regular citizen, I refuse to buy anything from this guy. Biggest D-bag. Oh shit. Especially after he felt the need to flex and show all his cars years ago in a video. Well, regular citizen, here's the difference. You are here watching us in the middle of a workday, not the other way around. So who's the D-bag?
You'll be happy to know that I have a lot more cars now, like a lot. When I made the video showing the cars in the other building, the cars only covered the front of the building. You'll be happy to know that that building was like 2,000 square feet. This building right here is 10,000. And I have cars covering the entire length of the building and almost half of the front of the building.
You're home and you work nights, so nice try. You're still here watching something that you don't want to watch by choice. Try to make it make sense.
Don't acknowledge him. Let him go. That is the point. He is here.
Yeah. Keep watching, buddy.
What's his name?
Regular citizen.
Are any of the mods on here?
Chuck.
Click on his page and let's see what his page looks like.
Somebody said use code regular citizen. I'm calling it now. LOL.
Yeah. No, we don't have time. We got other shit. We can't run another code right now.
Now he's trying to insult me.
Let him go. Let him go. Don't ban him yet.
Homestead said he has no content.
Of course he has no content. When was the page made? Yeah, I want another line of stitching in that.
Yeah, Enrique, imagine being a grown person trolling. Somebody said, regular citizen, I think you have to save yourself for the code in the evening. A watch pot will only secure such a sewing machine. A dream will anger the bald one. I don't really know what that
I don't. Who said that? That sounds like something Rafa said.
Right? I don't know.
That's off center right there. Let's catch
Really
it at the top.
angry sewing. Yeah.
Who said that?
H-F-R-E.
I don't know.
Somebody who doesn't know that we use their real name on the internet. Man, it's like you've done this before.
You know what I forgot? I forgot the fucking grommets. Huh?
Where at?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Well, does this get grommets? Yeah, it's gonna have to get grommets to the inside panel. We can still punch them in there. By we, I mean somebody who's not me. Alright, there's that.
Do it before you put it all
What's up,
together?
Caleb Mays?
Huh?
Can you do it before it gets put together?
No, we can do it once it's together, even if we need to. People used to say that we would make up shit talker accounts to come on and talk shit,
We can't even
so that we could then make a code about the shit talker and then boost sales. They used to say that they weren't real.
Okay, Jackson says, I'm making some cubby storage cubes. Any advice on how to get them to hold their shape better using just the fabric?
I don't think you can. At least all the fabric cubes I've seen, once you pop them out, they always have like a rigid piece in them, I think.
So I would recommend either using some batting or some interfacing. If you use some really stiff interfacing, that will help quite a bit as far as providing a little bit of rigidity. But without something stiff on the bottom, it's probably not going to hold the shape on the top. Enrique said, not sure if anyone knows, 3 CZ Scorpion 35 round mags will fit in a Rallyman pouch.
Oh, that's good info, yeah.
That is good. Thank you.
Yeah, they'll fit in our subgun micro too. We actually changed, we added a 1/4 inch into each of those mag cells, a couple years ago, so that they would fit the Scorpion mags. We just, and if you guys haven't seen on this YouTube channel, there's a little subgun micro video that went up with Scully showing every subgun that he had or could get a hold of, and all the mags to show what that rig will actually hold. And really the answer is the only thing it won't hold is like a P90. I think the UMP 45 also didn't fit.
Dad's said, just bought a Century Arms AP5P, so I'm going to need a subgun micro.
Dad's 2006 GT.
Yep.
We have some random ones up in there actually from that video. We have some that we've never put online.
Yeah, I think we have a Highlander one.
There's a few.
He's the Highlander guy.
Is he?
Yep.
He's the guy we did that the split front for.
Yep. Tactical Shalom, who are you, and why does it matter if I am a guy or a girl?
I suspect that's probably one of Bear's.
Oh, now he's calling me trans.
Ban him.
You're gone.
Just ban him. Ban the other turd too. Probably the same guy.
Dude, I wish somebody would make me a fucking fan camera emoji.
An emoji? I would like to just have a button that just shocks the fuck out of them.
Well, I mean, I would like an electrocution button also, but... Yes, Lee, let me make sure that we have that, and if we do, I'll see about getting it online for you.
I am not sure which way I need this to go. Let's do it 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inches probably.
Third account. Now I need to know, is this a man or a woman talking?
Ban him. It's the same guy, just
Not
ban
being
him.
rude. Well, it sounds pretty fucking rude since you're the third one that's saying it.
Why don't you ask Bear what it is?
Yeah. Enrique said, next purchase will definitely be a 308 split front and God plaid.
I have one sitting on the floor, actually, right here.
Ugh.
Need this to mirror, and they're not fucking doing what I need them to do.
I've kind of distracted you.
You filthy transvestite.
I have a secret. I'm secretly a girl.
That one's off.
And that is how you place tiles perfectly.
It's not perfect yet. It will be though. Out of thread. I just have my Squire wind my bobbins so that I don't have the drag to slow down
You should have
the
another machine that's
the
just
stitch
winding
speed.
bobbins. Yeah, with Isaac over there in a jester hat.
There's a person over there that can't sew. All they do is wind bobbins.
Yeah, Caleb, he's doing a full build video. He's using this cool little Osmo 3 camera.
He's got $25,000 worth of cameras back there, and this is what he's shooting with.
That's easy.
It works.
Comfortable.
It's crazy because out of all those cameras, all those mics, thousands of dollars of mics, this is the only mic that will auto adjust.
Is that why you're using it?
I think it's better for these because if the machine's running, you get louder. So I adjust it to that, but then when the machine stops, you get lower.
Will the software just adjust it
Yeah, this does.
in the
perfectly.
camera
Yeah.
or in the?
This does it perfectly in camera.
What are you using now? I heard you say the other day you're using DaVinci.
I'll use DaVinci and Final Cut, depending on what video I'm doing and what I'm trying to do. But I'm usually color correcting and grading in DaVinci now.
I was gonna load a vlog. I was gonna do a video the other day, and I realized that I don't even have any fucking software on that new computer.
Vince Vega said you should use that fancy smoke machine that you got a little while ago.
He fucking he gets a little carried away with the smoke
It's
machine.
good. It's good for you.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
It is. It's very good for you.
I'm getting as much damage as vaping.
Listen, you go to a bowling alley and not want some smoke and fog running around when you're playing.
That's right.
Who the fuck goes to a bowling alley?
We can glow in the dark, yo.
Next weekend, me and you are bowling.
No.
Yeah.
The next time I bowl, it will be at the bowling alley we have put into our other building,
Exactly.
into our new building. All right. Now, all we have to do is make this one backwards.
You can do it.
One of these
It's not like the other.
considerably shorter than all these other ones.
Who cut those?
I did. Oh, these are different. These are all different. All right, which one's the same as these? Not that one. Not that one.
Midnight Bowling in Claremont, yep.
That one. Kearney Mesa? Claremont, Kearney Mesa, like on Balboa?
The ISM.
I think it was Balboa Avenue.
I think he still lives in California.
Who is that?
Vince Vega.
All right, let me get two more of these. Wait, what are these? Are these the two that I just dropped? They are. Shit, now which one do I need? I'll start it right here and then I'll run it down the other way. Why'd you turn the video off?
I was tired of it.
All right, well, go put it on the charger then. There's a new lady out there sewing.
Is this her first day sewing?
I don't know if it's her first time here sewing. I don't know if she can sew or not. But I mean, they actually have her on a machine. Usually they don't make it, that far.
So she came in and Miranda was like, have you ever sewn on a machine like this? And she was like, the ones I've sewn on were all electric.
They're all electric. That could mean a lot of things.
Right. I don't know if she meant automatic.
Maybe.
Like
Yeah.
one that had like an auto cut.
Yeah, maybe.
There you go.
Make sure you plug that in. Bunch of dumbasses will find themselves banned tonight. I think people scroll through live videos and don't even realize where they are.
They just land on one.
Yeah, and then they start talking shit and don't even realize who they're talking shit to, like what page they're on or whatever.
Yeah, every time I'm on TikTok, I'm like, why does this live video have this Indian guy filling water balloons over his head on my feed?
Is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's a common thing?
Yeah. It'll be like a balloon in a basket and they'll fill it up with water over a girl and she's like screaming to not, and every time that you donate money they turn the faucet on to fill it up, so it's getting tons of money coming in.
And these are people in India?
Yeah, Thailand, all kinds of stuff.
We're making the wrong videos, buddy. Have a bag of kittens in a mesh bag and we're just lowering them into the water, and then when they pay us we raise them back up.
We had an idea the other day, Jeff and I were thinking about you and your workers, and we should have a John Lewis confessional and inside the Range Rover.
In the Range
Yeah, we'll
Rover.
put the green screen around the whole thing, so, and I'll put like different like cities that you're driving through and it's looking at you, and we'll have like a little thing in the middle that we build, and then you're wearing like a little priest outfit.
Why don't we just buy a real confessional?
Well, we could, but it just makes it's funnier when they have to get in the Range Rover to give a confessional.
Okay. All right.
But it just turns that into a set, so you're in the back seat, get in, and they tell you their problems, and you decide whether or not they're fired right there.
Can we just leave the workers alone and we'll hire pretend workers to do it?
Yeah, we can do that.
Or we'll just go to Walmart and do it
Yeah.
in the parking lot.
Pull up anywhere. It's like that taxi cab show.
Bang Bus?
No, not that one. I bet the porn industry took a huge hit over this last couple months.
Oh, I bet they did.
You know that it's illegal everywhere.
It's not illegal. I think you just have to register in some manner.
Register,
Give them your identification and shit. Yeah, that sounds great. Give
Yeah.
the
Give
porn
the
industry
porn
all your
industry all
fucking
money.
financial information. Because that could never get hacked.
Oh, no, never.
Fucking Google services gets hacked. Man, there's a lot to this.
It's a tricky really, it looks like.
There's a lot to it. Every step I get, I'm like, oh, I forgot that. Like this still has to sew onto here, which means I still don't have enough Velcro. I still need more Velcro. That has to go on here. These have to go on. This has to flip up. There's still more to do. What are you guys doing this weekend?
Garden.
Gardening. I don't think you're gardening, buddy.
The Sunday, today. She's
might-
out there doing that all day.
You might be doing storm cleanup.
Probably, actually. Yeah, tomorrow, we're all gonna go to the practice place. Huge building.
Who is?
Me, my friend Brent, his girlfriend, his dad.
Why are you going there?
It is a square block of 18-inch thick concrete.
Oh, because of the storm. You're going there for the storm.
We're all just gonna go over there tomorrow, whenever it starts. I mean, and then it also has a 12-foot basement underground.
I'm going to go here. This is where I'm going to go.
But yeah, but you should be pretty safe here.
Looks like it'll work. Now we just got to figure out where all these other pieces go. Just a touch past 15 there. All right. We know that these 1.5 inch pieces probably go somewhere. No, we know where they go. They go right here. We will use that many pieces. I am just not sure where they go exactly yet. But I think they'll go here. At least this one will. Did that just unthread that? Or did it catch a caught? That one's there. We know that that other cell is going to be 3 inches. And do I want that on the front? I do want it on the front, because if it's on the back, it'll let this panel fall open when they bend over. So if that's 3, we need this one right here. I want this to be a little more finished, and I'm not sure where this is going to fall. I think we can just conceal it. Which one's which? This is the front. So we'll go ahead and at least hide the edge right here just in case. Too close to that foot right there. Pull it so off up there. Okay, now we got it. Alright, now let's mirror image these and get rid of these pieces. I know I had 4 of these buckles out here. How did I lose one all of a sudden? It'll be faster to go get one. And if you're too close to the buckle, you can just step down a little ways, zigzag over, and then that'll let you maneuver around that buckle if you need to ever. tip of those scissors is dead. Something is not right here. Okay, that goes there, that goes there. Yes, this needed to be over here on the inside, not here. That's what it is. I need to be 3 inches from this edge. Can we get this apart without slicing that material? And the answer this time was yes. It is getting windy, huh?
I just got a wind advisory on my phone.
Any concern?
I didn't read it. I guess I should.
In case you need to get out of here.
That was scaring me. Besides the tornado.
That's what I tell her all the time when she's telling me about storms. I said, I don't care if it's not a tornado.
Wake up in the next hour.
You'll outrun it. All right, I need some Velcro. Before this closes up, those go. The pals have to go on. And the pals have to go on before the mag pouches go on. Does that matter? No, that does not matter. I am fucking this up though. Why am I grabbing that roller?
You have to have the Velcro on first.
Yep. That's it exactly. And I was going to double this Velcro up so we could lock in things in between there. Not that we're ever going to do that. I don't know why I always do this. There's never a time where you're actually going to use it. You're definitely not going to use it that close to the seam because it won't close. I always, when I start building one of these, I'm like, we might want to wedge in a thing to where we can put more mags, but then the fucking strap gets in the way of it. It doesn't really work anyways. So we can totally get rid of 2 of those. Very much, yeah. Got some of that one over the edge? Yep. A little bit. Did you say Alabama's supposed to get wrecked? Like they're saying tornadoes or what?
Yeah. Lower like southern Tennessee too.
So probably no trip to Alabama this weekend.
Probably.
But maybe.
You never know. If you want to just storm chase.
No, I don't want to storm chase.
What was on the back of it?
This.
Oh, okay.
That is the back of it. The question is, do we need to allow excess here by attaching something here? Will it tighten this up? I really don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think the answer is no, it won't. But we are getting thick, like we're 4 layers of material here, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna cut these pals off here raw. We're not gonna tuck them under, which isn't gonna make a difference. They're gonna be plenty strong. They're gonna stay sealed. That's how we've done them on all the microwaves up to now. I just need to get them set right where they go, and then we will cut these off clean, and these are not fitting where I need these to fit. All right, I have way too much of a gap. No, not too much of a gap. I don't know why they're not. This one must hang down a little bit or something. We'll see. Let's get this one on first. Because that is the top, it has to be there. We're going to sew right back through this stitch line too, so when we sew this pocket on, we're going to come right back through all those pals. So I didn't bother tacking it a bunch right there. It's going to get a lot more thread in it. This one will be a little crooked, a little bit out of line, be a little lower towards the bottom, but these pals will space. They would work either way because these kind of float here. This is a pals. Anything we're going to attach is going to be 1.5 inches wide, and this is a little over 2, but you'll be able to put a pistol mag or something small there should you want to. Most people probably won't use that for anything. We actually could probably even chamber it, just sew it a lot skinnier, and then just let them put chem lights and shit in there. But being that this is the first one, we'll see how they prefer to use it, whoever gets it. That goes there, this goes here. We're gonna come a little above that, so I'm gonna center this right here. And I need that little bit of stitch that I sewed this under, so that's a 1/4 there, and I need that back. This actually is going to get sewn under that Velcro so that when you slide your mags in here, it doesn't catch or stutter, and it slides smoothly across that Velcro. Like I said, it's been a long time since I made one of these, so I wasn't real sure how to remember. I wasn't really remembering how to do it. All right, so we'll put that there, and rather than fight this being locked in there, we're going to go ahead and tack this on there. Am I out of thread? I'm out of thread. Out of bobbin. Some machines, when you pull the bobbin case out, this just comes with it all the time. This one is one of those machines. Others, you have to pull it and really kind of jiggle it to get the bobbin to come out and stay in place. I've had plenty of bobbins sitting here, so I haven't had to wind any of these yet. I brought 2 off of my machine. And then here's one the boys were using the other day. That one's black, but I've already emptied 2. So I actually am completely out of, nope, I got to see another one here. Let me get this started. There's that. What color is that? Oh, good. Yeah, that'll probably be enough to finish. But that one is winding. I do like this machine. I think I'm going to put it back in my position.
What's different about it?
I like the split foot that's on here, which we can put on any of them.
Just on
It
that one.
lifts pretty high. I think it lifts higher than the one I'm on. It just sews well. Japanese, they make nasty ones. Isn't that what they said from Transformers? Nokia, the Japanese. And she's like, isn't that Finland? Okay, that's that. Let's get this other piece of Velcro put in place here. In the middle. Ish. I am also going to come back up, put a line down the middle of these. This is the outside, yeah. All right.
Do you want corn dogs? Do you want a milkshake?
I do not want a milkshake. Yes, I will have a few corn dogs. This seems like the next thing to do. I think. I also feel like I should be sewing this a 1/4 inch lower. But that will give us plenty of room to close that rig up nice. There is no right or wrong. This fucking thing doesn't exist. It's gonna work either way. People ask stuff all the time. I'm like, well, it's that way because that's how I sewed it the first time. Like, you can change it, make it however you want. It's still gonna work. That's just, it's that way because that's how I made it the very first time. And I might make 20 or 30 of them and then change my mind and make it a little bit different. Am I out of thread again? Nope, that's just the excess hanging there. Did you see it pop that thread? If I was you, like I have this PAL sewn on this side and this side, I'm gonna do the channel in the middle. If you're not used to this, I would start at the center, pull tension, tack it in, travel down with a spacer to the second, tack that one, and then come from here and then go the opposite direction. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm gonna start right at the top. And you want at least 3, if not 5 lines of stitching. I'm typically gonna go 3 and then tack it a couple at the top, so the leading edge where it's gonna pull all the brunt, I'm gonna have 5 lines of stitching right there. I'm gonna travel across here with a spacer. Now, I know that I put these on, I know they're gonna space. I don't have to use the spacer, I'm showing you this so you see how it's done here. And then I'm gonna come back and you see that's a solid 5 lines because I came from the top. Now I'm just gonna hold this in place and this foot's gonna walk right up on here nicely. I'm pulling tension both ways so it's straight. And then I'm just gonna walk, let the tension up, and now I'm in there and it's planted. You'll see a lot of PALs where it's wavy different directions because they sewed every other or every third one way and then turn the work around, and that's where it gets all wavy. You'll get to where you can do it. And even being wavy, it doesn't make it not work, it just doesn't look straight. It still functions though. So there's the first panel. I'm gonna cut these off on a hot knife before we close this up. So that one's done, other than that edge. Now I just need to mirror it over here. What are these? These are the, oh, these are pull tabs for the bungees. Every time you think we're done, we're only halfway.
More than the rifle case.
No, the first rifle case we did,
Yeah,
that was like 4 hours.
probably around the same.
And I'd already done a couple of those. Are you scared of the tornado?
No.
Every time we do one of these, there's some catastrophic thing that's about to happen. It's a tornado this time. Ryan Hall says that we're all dying.
They don't know if we're dying right now, tonight, tomorrow.
Well, as soon as we are done and everybody leaves about 5, today's Friday, they'll almost all leave at 5, other than Isaac. As soon as they're done, I'll roll all this shit over into as far over compressed. I'll drag. Oh man, that table's really heavy with all that spaghetti on it. I'll move that spaghetti onto some roller carts, and we'll pull a couple trucks in here, and we'll pull the skid steer in here. And if a tornado actually comes, we will get in the skid steer.
You put a certain attachment on it just in case you have to get out.
The skid steer?
Yeah.
I just use the bucket. It'll push through any. I mean, it'll drive through fucking anything here. God, I hope I don't ever have that to replace that door. That's at least 20 grand, man.
It'd almost be cheaper just to find a new way to have a door on it than it would be to replace the door.
Oh, you know what? I'm sewing this on. I don't have the Velcro inside it yet.
You're thinking about tornadoes.
I'm really not, man. She never, like, dude, we went through so many storms here and never thought twice about it. But now fucking Ryan Hall
He'll get you, man.
will have everybody thinking, like, she never, like, dude, we slept right through it. We don't even hear the tornado sirens out here. But now, she watches Ryan Hall, so every fucking storm there is.
Can't say I don't either.
When I'm pulling these, I'm popping a stitch or two, and then I'm just nicking that stitch that exposes. I really should put the needle down. That'll drive it a little more. And then be careful with that razor blade. You do not want to nick that Cordura. Hold on. Oh man, it flew.
Where'd it go?
I don't know, but we're now warm enough that we have flies. That's the first hatch of flies.
Flies and wasps.
Once you've seen one fly, you're going to see thousands of them. The wasps are easy. You can vacuum them up with the shop vac. I left them, and then people were like, oh no, don't leave the wasps because they'll kill your honeybees. I just thought, well, at least we have wasps. At least wasps are pollinating something. And they're like, yeah, that's why you don't have any honeybees. The wasps kill them all. If you want to find every wasp on the property, as soon as the sun starts to go down, you just go out into the garden where all the mint is, and they'll all be in all the mint. There'll just be hundreds of them. You can literally fill the whole vacuum up with wasps. All right. Little tiny cut on here, and it's catching on that Velcro and it's ripping that open. And I am not left-handed, so that is not working.
Use your razor blade, skin it off.
No, you don't want it to bleed, then you'll have stains on the work.
This one needs a little blood.
Plus, some weirdo will try to clone me. Some desperate woman trying to make superior children. Almost there. This is always the point where we slice something, cut something that can't be repaired. Something cut one of those strands of that thread. Did you ever see that Mennonite auction I went to, that Amish auction I went to? Outside of Nashville somewhere. There's some weird dudes there, man. Like child abduction looking, hills have eyes kind of shit.
Did I tell you that we went to a Mennonite place?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah, yesterday we went and got some new tires for the car.
At a Mennonite place?
No, but right across the street is these two huge garden centers,
You did tell me.
and they're owned by Mennonites.
Okay.
And they're huge though, like gigantic.
That's cool.
Millions of dollars have been put into these buildings.
I wish that was near us. It's not Grower Solution, is it?
No, it's like a local, our Mennonite community. Like
'Cause-
one dude.
Got it. Because Grower Solution is up there by you.
They do everything there. Like, and they make they have like a huge deli of just Mennonite people. Like,
That's cool, man. I'd be going there all the time.
It's really good, and they use a local milk company to make all their ice cream. Really good.
No, this is hour outside of Nashville, maybe. I don't know what the actual town is, but it's a farmer's field. It's enormous, and there'll be thousands of Mennonite. There'll be a field with hundreds of Amish buggies for sale. There'll be a field full of like stoves and cookware and stuff for sale. There'll be a field full of farm animals, and it's an auction. And they'll have fucking all kinds of like chickens and pigeons and all kinds of shit in coffee cans and just wired in little pieces of wire they made baskets out of, and you can go in and buy, whatever. We went last year, and I still don't have any pigeons.
Do you want pigeon?
I do want pigeons, yeah.
Why?
So that I can send you notes if the
okay. Well,
grid
okay.
goes down.
Hang out around our downtown area all the time.
So we steal your pigeons, you
Yeah.
bring them here,
For sure.
we put them in our pigeon coop,
Okay.
we leave them there for a couple weeks, feed them,
Okay.
let them out, they'll fly around, come back, and then their babies, once we have their babies, and their babies know us as home, we can take those babies and you can send them home. You take one of my pigeons home with you, and it will back home. It'll fly home.
And then that's how we just contact each other?
Yes, with notes.
Okay.
Pigeon notes.
Oh, okay. Is it a 3-hour delay?
Oh, it's way more than that, probably.
6 hour?
Yeah, it might even be more than that. Are you getting your Ryan Hall updates?
Yeah.
Is that really what you're getting?
Yeah. It's just,
What's he saying? Evacuate, leave the state now.
no, it's saying just make sure that tonight you have plans for shelter and stuff. I do like that he has people live driving around during all of it.
Yeah, he just grouped all the guys that were already doing it.
Yeah.
Gave them all up.
Got your landing page,
Yeah.
which I'm assuming helps them and him completely.
Probably in some manner. I'm sure it's beneficial. All right, we're about ready to close it. Let's go cut these pals off of here. I have this fan that blows the smoke, but if the fan's on here, it actually cools the blade off too much.
Building like a Frankenstein rig.
Did you tell him about Clone Correct?
Clone Correct?
Did you tell him? Tell him.
I think I don't really know what Clone Correct is.
But he did, though.
He is not aware that there is a place on the internet called Reddit.
He's been there.
He doesn't hang around gay boys.
No, John, I'm over 52.
I'm older than you are.
Just a couple years ago.
I look a lot better.
Couple months. Thanks for happier.
You say I'm happier than him? Okay. Put that one in last. This one goes all the way to the top. I knew I was forgetting something here. So this one goes this way. So this one is the male. I have two long pieces for a reason. Which one's a wedge?
Steroid gives me cramps insanely.
Steroids give you cramps insanely.
Muscle cramps. And like my legs and everything. Prednisone.
Pregnant. Oh, I'm thinking.
You're thinking anabolic. No. Talking my cortisone whenever, like the shot, once I got it, my hands cramp up in the middle of the night. And my legs look crazy.
Is that what they injected you with?
Yeah. And then, but I was on prednisone for 4 weeks also. So it's like, I just feel like I have to shove Powerades in the Gatorades.
Okay, so they did a spinal tap basically, right?
Yeah.
And put something in your spinal fluid,
Steroids in my spinal.
corticosteroids. Do you feel stronger?
I mean, I feel stronger than I did 4 days ago.
Can you see in the dark?
I do have 20/15 vision, so
But not because of.
no, not because of that. I think it's just genetic. My dad has terrible vision.
Therefore, it skipped a generation and you have
Mom's
good.
Great.
How am I missing it? I know I had another fucking. Where are these buckles keep going?
I don't know. You keep bringing them back in there?
No. Are you fucking with me?
Yep.
Here, we can take one off of here. Okay, does this go to the bottom? Just go barely away from the bottom. Okay.
You ever afraid someone's gonna clone you?
I'm always worried somebody's gonna clone me. Women with lesser men want better children. All right. We're about to see what this is really going to look like. Do I have that? I don't have that sewn on there yet. Should I do that first? It won't matter. We're about to break this machine. It's right here. Let's turn this around and not so backwards. Forgot the buckle.
I was literally gonna ask, is there a buckle in that thing?
There's not, but there should be. Ideally, you would have that sewn down in there, but this will work. Now, do I want to sew this on and then close it, or close it and then sew it on? It's definitely going to be easier if we just close it and then sew it on. I'm not going to tack this in here. I just want to see if it'll travel through all this. It will, actually. what do we got here? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 layers of material right here. Which really, we sew 16 layers of material with these machines pretty frequently. So that's not surprising, but this machine does do it well. It will travel, it'll move through the distance and pull it at the same time. It doesn't dwell and sit there. I did just go a little out of line though, so. And it'll chug through it backwards. But I'm gonna be off 1/8 of an inch on that line. Yeah, see it deviate a little bit. That won't make any difference. We still don't know if mags will fit in here. They'll fit. There's that panel. 2 mags, 2 mags. Yeah, they'll fit. We know they will. They're already patterns we use. All right, there's half of it. Now, the other half. And now for the rest of the story.
You didn't go to the circus, man.
Huh?
You didn't go to the circus.
The circus? That's not till tonight. But the circus, it's not, they don't have any like actual circus animals. They have fucking petting zoo animals. Like there's no lion, there's no bear, there's no tiger, there's no elephant. There's nothing that can even harm you there. Fucking kids nowadays, like our grandkids, well, yeah, our grandkids will never see. Maybe in a zoo, maybe if you take them to Africa on safari or something, they'll never see another elephant. Probably won't ever see a real hippo. All these fucking woke ass zookeepers. Although maybe that'll change. Maybe Trump will like high executive order.
High executive, only dangerous animals.
That's how it should be. Like you used to be able to like touch the animals when you go to the zoo. Like you might not come home from the zoo.
Last time I went to the Chattanooga Zoo, there was just a regular, like a bird that was 7 feet tall standing in front of me on a walkway.
Emu.
I guess.
Ostrich.
What the fuck is that?
Cassowary is one of the most dangerous animals.
I just started running.
It's a flightless bird. Cassowaries. They break into houses.
They had a shoe bill there too. That was
A shoe builder?
a shoe bill,
Oh, shovel bill.
whatever those are. Gigantic, death-looking birds.
Yeah, women used to ride ostriches side saddle at the zoo.
We have a kangaroo farm.
Kangaroos can fuck you up.
Yeah. It's like that lady that went viral for having it in our town at Walmart or whatever.
Oh,
She brought it in.
a joey, like a little one in a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy them at the animal expos and stuff. I think they're about $3,600 for a baby kangaroo. And it stays in that damn sack for like a year. Man, I got better animals here than the circus is going to have.
Sure.
Kind of bullshit. Ringling Brothers used to have the biggest railroad in all of the world. Not privately owned. The largest railroad in the entire world Ringling Brother and Barnum and Bailey had together. Do the top on that one. We'll go right to there. Get that sunk in. Oh yeah, I'm taking this machine. Just the one Cody was sewing on?
Yeah. Just feel super smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Until the second something happens and it doesn't. That's what always happens. I'll sew on a machine for years until it's just completely something catastrophic happens, and then I'll roll another one in place. By the time we get somebody to fix it and smooth it out, I'll already be used to the other one. All right, is everything there? That's a big ass gap in the middle though. We make a split front rig. I had a pouch that would actually go here, and then I also had a rig like this that had another mag here, and it actually velcroed over and then clipped across the front, so you had mags. You didn't have this dead spot. A lot of guys will like that though. It helps with cooling. And then if you need to lay prone also, you can roll it out and still have it attached, and you'll get flatter if you need to. It has its applications. So there's that. Let's build those bungees pulls real quick. We're gonna build these bungee pulls with the split like we do the split, so they'll work for AKs or M4s. I want these a little more than half. What's the best thing you're going to eat this weekend?
Whatever Hannah cooks. Try not to eat out anymore.
We've not been, not really. Maybe on a weekend one day we'll go out and eat. But we have really just been eating here, which means we've been eating shit too. I had the boys pick up some ribeyes the other night, so I eat ribeyes the last 3 or 4 nights.
I'm just going to tell you she's back.
Okay.
Got your milkshake even though you didn't know it.
I don't need a damn milkshake.
I got you shake and
The way I thought you're bleeding the way you're moving.
Yeah.
I got you a shake and corn dogs in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
I got 3 more of these pulls to make. 5, 10 more of these pulls to make. 17, 11 more of these pulls to make. What time is it?
52.
Yeah, I need to be out there in just a second. I need to at least see what we're doing with this new lady here. If we're hiring her or what we're offering her. well, 4 will do it. We can put this together. But I want to have this on this video before we're waiting for next week. Depending what the input on this video is, we might make a small run of these. So the way I do these is like this. And this is the pull. You can make yours taller or whatever you want. And then I've got this channel here. And then my bungees run through here and through here. And they sit on top of the mag this way. And the reason I do that is on an M4 it'll just sit flat. But on an AK it'll sit and cup it without the mag, without the bungee retention sliding off. So it'll work for either or. And it'll still work for 308s. They're just a little taller than they need to be. And you're typically not going to put a 308, well, a 308 won't fit in these mag slots, so the pulls are typically different. And you in a 308 mag slot, you can put skinnier mags if you had to, and you could still use, you know, the same bungees, the same pulls. But we don't need the splits on the 308 because you're usually, that mag pouch is a little shorter, so you're probably not putting AK mags in there, and they're a little loose. All right, we'll come back and shoot some B-roll of this once it's all together. And right now, it's corn dogs.